fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am super excited for this video because we're going to be doing a first impression on the new Shadow Kiss palette from Alter Ego. You guys know I have been all about the cool tones, so when I saw this palette reveal, I just thought that it was so pretty. So today we're just going to go ahead and do some swatches and do an eye look, and I'll kind of just give you my opinion. I feel like overall I've had pretty good experiences with the Alter Ego eyeshadow palettes. Not every single one has been an absolute hit, but there have been some really great ones, so I'm hoping that this is one of the better ones. I do have an affiliate code with Alter Ego, so if you're ever interested in purchasing anything from them, you can use my code AMYLOVES to save a little bit of money off, and I do make a small commission, just throwing it out there. But let's go ahead and jump on into the swatches. So this is definitely a pretty shimmer heavy palette. There's only 5 mattes in here, so we're going to start off with this shade here, which is called Cloak, and it just looks like a light kind of satiny champagne shade. We've got Vanish, which is a cool toned kind of light matte brown. Mist, which is a pretty light gold. So there's the first 3 shades. Feels pretty smooth. The shimmers definitely feel like very soft, kind of more subtle so far. Next we have the shade Veil, which looks like a really soft satiny brown. Super pretty. Fog, another satin, kind of charcoal, deep gray. Next we have Risk, which is a really light gray matte. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. There's Risk. Definitely very light, even built up. Okay, next we have the shade Disguise, which looks like a really pretty, this one seems a little bit more of like a metallic, just very light silver. We've got Tempt, which is like a platinum kind of pink. And then Eclipse, which is another silver. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, they look okay, like they're pigmented. They all just seem very satiny, not like super metallic. So I feel like overall the shimmers are gonna give more of a soft look, which makes me a little sad because I like that more intense metallic, but we'll see, especially because it's so shimmer heavy. I feel like if you're gonna do that, the shimmers need to be an amazing formula. Next we have the shade Shroud, which this one does look super sparkly. Oh yeah. Okay, that's definitely the prettiest one yet. Such a nice kind of slightly more metallic with little sparkles in it, kind of gray brown shade. Next we've got Desire, which is a kind of like mid-tone, cool tone brown matte. Shade, which is a very similar color, just a little bit deeper. Next we've of Dare, which is another slightly more metallic kind of light gold. Kind of reminds me of some of the things we've already got going on. We've got Umbra, which is the deepest matte brown in here, which does look like it has a really good amount of depth to it, super pigmented. And then last but not least, we have Zeal, which this one is like super metallic, kind of just true gold. Okay. All right. I mean, it looks pretty overall. It's not like giving me all the feels that I thought it was going to, but it is only like $16. So, I mean, the mattes look nice. We're gonna try out the shimmers, maybe use some glitter primer and see how it goes. Okay, so I already went ahead and primed my eyes with the Milani eyeshadow primer. And I think I'm gonna start off my crease with the shade Risk. Just grabbing that on a fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna go ahead, start that up a little bit higher. Yeah, I feel like that shade is pretty pointless because even for me with super fair skin, it's just barely adding a little bit of color. So I feel like for a lot of people, it's literally going to do nothing. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go into the shade Desire now and just put that directly into my crease. Okay, I mean, that looks really nice right away. Blending out really well. Okay, I think I'm also gonna go ahead and take a little bit of the shade Shade. I That's funny. And I'm just gonna use the same brush to keep it nice and soft, and I'm gonna pop that in my outer V, just in circular motions. I really like how that's going. I feel like everything's blending super easily, and I just feel like those are some really solid matte cool tone shades. I think before I go in with the deepest shade, because I do want to do that, I'm going to start off with the shade Fog on my lower lash line. Just going to pop that along probably like the outer half. I feel like something about like a sparkly charcoal gray on the lower lash line is just very like grungy, and I don't know, I like it. All right, I think next, while I'm here on the lower lash line, I'm gonna go into the shade Eclipse, and I'm gonna pop that on the inner half. That actually looks really nice. Looks a bit more intense than I was expecting. So I think now I'm gonna go ahead and go into Umbra. Just gonna grab it on a really small crease brush and pop that right here in the outer V. Definitely want to test this out and maybe build it up a little bit, because I feel like some of my complaints in the past with Alter Ego palettes was that the deepest shades did not go as deep as like the shades that they were trying to dupe. So I kind of just want to see if we can get some really good depth out of this. I mean, it's blending really nice. Going in with a second layer. And I think it looks decent. Definitely not the darkest matte brown I've ever seen in my life, but I feel like it's doing the job. Ooh, I am definitely getting some fallout though. I will note that. I didn't even realize till just now. Once I have that mostly blended with the little brush, I'm gonna go back into my original blending brush and just go over that. Make sure everything is nice and soft. Right, I think for the lid, I really want to go into the shade that like made me the most excited, which is this one right here called Shroud. I'm kind of torn, like should I spray it? Should I use my finger? Should I use the glitter primer? Should I just use it on its own? I think I'm just going to use my finger and just see what it looks like before we give it any extra help. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's super pretty. Okay. Not mad at it at all. Wow. Definitely looks even better on the eyes than it did swatched out. That's so pretty. Again, getting a little bit of fallout though. I think for my inner corner, I'm gonna go ahead and take this pinky shade called Tempt. Just gonna go ahead and pop that right here. That looks super, super cute. Off camera, I'm gonna throw on a brown liner, gonna throw on some Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay, so for highlighter really quickly, I'm gonna go into the Sydney Grace Loose Highlighter in the shade Pink Lightning. And I've kind of been liking doing something a little bit differently recently, where I go in with my blush brush, and I just use like the very tip to dip into the highlighter. I don't know if you can see that. Ooh, that was a lot, okay. That way, like I kind of like apply it. I went in with too much, but it's fine. And then I can kind of just blend it in with the whole brush afterwards. I feel like it just gives a really pretty glow. Throw a little on my nose. For my lipstick, I'm gonna go into the Lisa Eldridge Velvet Affair. All right, so this is the finished look. I feel like it honestly turned out as like the perfect everyday smoky eye. Like it's just very glam, and I just really, really like the look. I feel like the mattes blended out super easily, and the shimmers surprised me. Like I said, I feel like on the lid, on the lower lash line, they look a little bit more intense than they looked like they were going to be just from the swatches, so I'm excited to play with the palette more. If you guys want me to do a 3 looks with it, just let me know. I don't know if you'd be interested, because I know it's a little bit more of a neutral, softer palette, but I would be about it because, you know, I'm just been loving the cool tone neutrals. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if there's any specific content that you would love to see from me. Feel free to leave it in the comments, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.